Hello everyone, welcome back to the W2BD server. Village is doing fine, but actually wait, before I actually go into what I was going to talk about, I found this really weird thing. Uh, there's a guy named Tom Cochran, I think his name's Tom. He wrote the song Life is a Highway. Life is. He was also in a band called Red Rider. And also in the band Red Rider is a guy named Jeff Jones, who was the original bassist for the band Rush before Geddy Lee was. And I think that's absolutely insane, and I have no idea why. Anyway, before we go on to the village, I want to show you this. The alpha version of the auto potato cooker. What you hear what you hear down there are minecarts with hoppers in them, running back and forth along this track of glory. Now, what they do is actually, I should show you from the start, shouldn't I? I'll turn on the button. It activates these dispensers up here, which let loose the water. And the potatoes, slowly but surely, poison potatoes, whatever, go into this hopper here, as you can see. And these hoppers lead to these two chests. Uh-oh. Hope that doesn't affect them. Anyway. These two hoppers here hoppers. Grab the potatoes out of this chest, if it works. I don't think it is, because fuck. 1 second. I don't know if it is. Grab the potatoes out of that chest. They lead to more hoppers. La-di-la-di-da. And I buried it. I can't believe I buried it. 1 second. Aha! Okay, it's working good. And they lead to this. This is the auto cooker's cooking place. It cooks in these furnaces, which I've placed a bunch of charcoal in, and it goes instantly to these chests here for instant cooking good. Uh-oh. I hope you... Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Things are going badly. 1 second. Oh, fuck. 100 million. Damn it. 1 second. I've broken it now. Everything was good until I broke it. Alright. Let's see if I can unbreak it. Alright, there we go. Now, as you were. Anyway, that's what this does. Slight problem. Run out of potatoes eventually. But, who cares? Yeah. That's why this is an alpha, alright? Not everything's gonna be done. Now. Anyway, so, that's just what I want to show you right off the get. I'm also gonna build a little of my village over there, which I should probably give a name. I think I know a name, but I'll reveal that later. Another time, perhaps. The people in the Skype probably know what name I'm thinking of. Nevertheless, let's see if I can do this without breaking everything. Aha, second time's the charm. Right. As you can see, this is an effective redstone contraption that I have completed without messing everything up royally. Should probably put these here to deter mobs spawning. Perfect. Now, sorry. I just had an iced tea and my hands are blistered from drumming. Now, sorry I haven't been able to release that many videos. I've started college. Woo. Go me. In fact, why don't I talk about my amazing story of how I broke out of college and broke in... Nope, back that up. Broke out of high school and broke into college. Yeah. That's better. Oh, man. You'll have to give me a second. Wait, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Had to do something. Now, the reason I am running back here with this poisoned potato is for this. This filters out the poisoned potatoes because they don't cook very well. That should last me years, probably. Probably years. Anyway, anyone on the server can use this potato thing, but they have to refill it and also bring their own bone meal. BYOBM. Anyway, back to high school. As terrifying as that sounds. I was not the best high school student. Probably closer to the... Well, probably not. There what a stoop. I wasn't the best. I didn't really care much about high school or school in general because I thought everyone else was a tosser, as the British say when they're referring to someone they don't like. I thought everyone was a tosser. And I didn't really see any point to it all. Taking boring and pointless classes like English and others. What else did I take that I hate? Probably took a lot of things that I hate. I have to think about this. Let's see. Boring and pointless classes I hate. Definitely English. I always hated English. And English is every year in high school. You have to take English. For no reason. It's completely pointless. It's... Now I'm not a fan of Shakespeare, which you have to read every friggin' year. Oliver likes Shakespeare, but to each his own. I hate Shakespeare so much because he's so overrated. He's basically... Take anyone. He made up words, and he basically used just sex jokes. And we all decided, yes. He's basically a dirty Dr. Seuss. And we decided that guy is going to be our English messiah. And I friggin' hate him so much. I'm glad he's dead. Spoiler alert. Anyway. English was dumb and dull and pointless. And I hated it so much. I hated the writing assignments, which basically... High school writing assignments are horrible. Reading other people's writing assignments, and it's like the pretentiousness is so thick you could cut it with a knife. That's all I'm saying. Back to high school. Also took law. I didn't do well in law either. In fact, I didn't even know I was taking law. I wasn't supposed to be taking law. I was supposed to be taking math, but they gave me law. I hate law. But when I left high school, I was starting to do better in it. Well, that being said, relatively better. I was getting all my average, I think, was like 60. Maybe. I might be rounding up. It might have been like 50 something. I was doing terribly. I had also had economics. My mom thought I could, turn it around, try harder in English. No, I don't want to do that. Uh, Law, I could have saved law. I was saving law, but that never panned out because I left. Uh, Economics was no, no way. There was no way in hell I was gonna get economics back. Basically, the teacher started that by saying, "This is the hardest business course," and yeah. I hate business also. Oliver doesn't, but we're two very different people, aren't we? So, I went to the guidance counselor to get the guidance counselor is basically a guy you go to who changes up your courses and shit and tells you what you should do with your life. My mom and dad said that when they were kids, they always suspected that the guidance counselors were pedos who. And by the way, I use a British pronunciation for pedo, so just throwing that out there. Or the pedo teachers that kicked out just so they didn't have to be near the kids, But they still got jobs. Anyway, that's a different story entirely. I went to my guidance counselor because I was going to take another semester. Because I was only taking one semester in my second year of high school, or second year of grade 12. I went to him, and he said, he asked me what I want to do, and I said I want to take another semester so I could do math and a few other courses. I don't remember what other courses I want to go in for. We didn't get past that. Now, after that, he looked at my marks to see if I could actually get into it. That's kind of where it went downhill. He basically said, here's your marks. You're getting a 51 in economics. You're getting a 56 in English and a 66 in law. Because that's my superpower. I only get very low marks. I never fail any classes. I actually never failed any classes in high school. I always passed. Teachers must have hated me that much. Anyway. He said, with marks like these, why are you here? Which is a fun way to kick me in the balls, but honestly, I don't know. I didn't know I was there. But I told him, in Ontario, we have this really shitty law where you have to get 40 community service hours because the distinction between prison and high school are very slim. And I said, I don't have my volunteer hours yet. And he said, but in our file it says you've already graduated. Now, that is exactly what I wanted to hear. One second, I'm going to stop talking now. I just thought about something. Anyway, yes, I got my volunteer hours. Apparently, I must have forgot doing them. But whatever, if the server says that I've got them, I've got them. Who am I to argue with a computer? He said that I've graduated. And halfway far into my 5th year, I never thought I'd graduate in 4 years. But hey, apparently I did. So he gave me said you could get your diploma, walk out that door and never come back. The door being the door to the school, obviously. Anything else would be ludicrous. I never even thought about that. I didn't go in there to call it quits, as my dad calls it, or drop out, as my dad calls it. But I'd graduated high school, along with all my friends, what I thought I didn't do. I thought they all went to uni or college, and I stayed back another year to try to get into university for no reason, to take a class that I don't want to take. But yeah, leaving. Leaving had never occurred to me. Until then, of course. So that's it. I left. I left my school, which I hate. I hated my high school, and I hated everyone in it, as I've said. Because all my friends graduated, so I basically spent my last semester alone, which is depressing as hell. And, yeah, I left. I went on my last day, I remember. I didn't stay for the whole day. I went to my first 3 classes, or first 2 classes, because I had breaks on second and third period. I went to my first 2 classes and thought, what's the point of me going to economics? Why should I go to economics? I'm just gonna leave on Monday, because it was Friday, obviously. And my parents were gonna have to have some convincing of me giving up on high school without having taken any drugs whatsoever, so I was a failure. And they didn't like the thought of me quitting, as I've said. But hey, whatever. Now, was that a cave? Obviously, it had to be. Great, now I've lost my train of thought. Right. Out of the frying pan and into the slow cooker, let's say. Anyway, I went home, diploma in hand, addressed to Zachary, last name withheld. And I said, my mom came home and said, yes, when my mom came home, she asked me if I had got my second semester. And I said, I have a different idea. How about instead of going back for another semester, I don't, and just leave. In a week. Well, in a weekend. She wasn't quite keen on that idea. She said that I'm giving up. I'm basically quitting. High school's too hard for dumb old me, so I give up. I'm gonna leave and become a traveling dog juggler or something. Yeah. I said it's technically not quitting because I have my diploma. Nope. I'm still a dropout, as they constantly bug me about. But they came around, and I was out. I was free at last. I was free finally. Free from the just terrible, horrible constraint of high school, which is just a prison for everything. Imagination, creativity, friggin' self-esteem is gone, so you can be stuck in a room with a bunch of other testosterone. That was weird. It's getting rant territory now. Rants are good. I might continue to rant, maybe in another episode. I don't know how long I've been recording for. Probably not that long, because it's only become night now. Anyway. Full of just horrid, stupid people. Stupid, annoying, self-centered people. Stupid classes and worse, boring classes. And there's no reason for any of it. Especially not English. But English is mandatory in every friggin' year. In grade 12 English, the first go round, we had to read this. We had personal persuasive paragraphs that we had to read, or we get shot or something. There's no other reason to read personal persuasive essays. That's it. Personal persuasive essays. And they're horrible. They're just... We read this one by this guy named Chuck Klosterman. This guy is like a fucking I hate him so much. He's such an asshole. He's such a fucking asshole. I'm sorry that I'm swearing so much, but I'm ranting right now, and it feels good. He talks like he's a 12-year-old girl. He was basically... Listen, the name of the essay we had to read was called This is Emo. He's 35 or something, and he writes an essay called This is Emo. Halfway into this essay, he just starts ranting on about Coldplay. Now, I don't hate Coldplay. They're average at best. But he's like, oh, they're the worst band that's ever existed. No, they're not, because there's a million other bands, and I don't feel like getting into them. Oh, here's a band that sucks, Chuck. How about, what is it called? 1 second. I need to look it up real quickly, because I forgot. Chuck Klosterman. I really like to emphasize the clause in his name. Sorry, he's not 35, he's 41. He's a 41-year-old, 16-year-old girl. Let's see, movies that he was in. He was in, oh yeah, the book that it's from, in case you want to, if you want evidence in the murder case, is called Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs. If it hasn't already come off as a really pretentious, just wank session for this 41-year-old shut-in, then go nuts. Let's see, what is it called? It's called Shut Up and Play the Hits. That's it. For the legendary band LCD Sound System, whoever the fuck that is. They are alternative dance, terrible, dance punk, indie rock, electronic, and indie-tronica. Wow, that's so much better than Coldplay. Coldplay is non-offensive, and Coldplay is average. That's all they have going for them. LCD Sound System sounds like a bunch of people got together and said, hey, I want to be a musician, but music is hard, so why don't we not do that? And stupid people still buy our albums. Okay, fine. I like money. Anyway, our tangent. I'm waffling, as it were. I had gone home. By the way, I've walked home from my school, which is an hour walk. I've never walked home before, and I just did that out of boredom. And give me time to think, because this is a big deal, even high school. You're taking your entire future and blah, 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 and flushing it down the drain. Ruining your whole life. Yeah. Yeah, just to think and get some exercise. So, I got home. My mom said, you're not going to drop out just yet. We're going to go in, you and me, and we're going to talk to the guidance counselor about what we can do. I said, great. I love that. That's so great. Great of you to do that for me. She said that I got this note, which was basically, my mom had to sign it, saying that I'm leaving high school, I'm dropping all my courses, I'm gone. And she told me that she tore that up, which, by the way, she didn't. So, that was... We never went in together, by the way. She said, here, take this note. I signed it, go to the guidance counselor and drop out. And I did. Because I had applied to the school that I'm currently going to and the school that my brother was going to. Well, the school that my brother is going to, the college that my brother's going to. My big brother, of course. And I went in, dropped all my courses. I already got my degree, so I didn't need to do that. And that's it. I walked out, and within a week I'd been accepted to my school. And the school my big brother was going to, but the one that I went to is easier to get to. It's a hour and a half minimal time to get there, by the way, and that's closer. And I think my method of getting there is going to be cut off in the summer because I have to take the summer semester, which sucks, but whatever. The course I'm taking, Electronic Engineering Technologies, which sounds interesting, a lot more interesting than English. I don't know anything about it. I just said I barely took any courses to even help me get through this course. I took computer engineering. And they accepted me within a week, even though I had no credentials essentially, which is a good sign for a course. And it's going well so far. It's got its own terrible courses like effects of culture in the workplace, which is so bad. It's essentially an English course, but for most of the kids at my school are from Punjabi or something. Is that even a place? I don't know. They speak Punjabi, whatever language. They're from Punjab or something. If that's even a country, I don't know. And the area it's in is primarily East Indian. So it's essentially just like, welcome to Canada. Here's basically the rundown. And I don't know why there are white people here. Because you guys know everything about this country apparently or something. Anyway. If I sound racist, good, I want to be edgy. I'm joking. If I sound racist, I apologize. I'm not racist, really. I think. I hope I'm not racist. I know racists. I'm not as bad as they are. Thank God. Racism is bad. That's the mess. That's the thing you should take out of this. Drop out of high school and racism is bad. Anyway, yes, I also have another one called Communication and Presentation. No, it's got a slightly more pretentious name than that. What was it? Communication. Fuck, I can't remember. 1 second. Let me just look it up. I should really be more prepared, but whatever. You can't stop me. No one can stop me. Yes, computer communications and data presentations, which is essentially like I'm going into electronic engineering, which I assume is like soldering, electricity and shit like that. What we're getting, this is using Microsoft Office and PDF, which I hate PDF now. I didn't care about it before, but I hate it now. It's a bad program for bad people. We have to print to PDF, whatever the hell that means, which is an expensive process. And yet the school, who doesn't get a cent from it, still makes us do it. Although technically we can do it at the school. Luckily, that class is essentially entirely online, so I don't even go, which means I get a day off on Monday. So, huzzah! Good thing about college, though, is I will sometimes run into the Yoshmeister, Mitch, because he goes to one of the campuses of my school, and I take a shuttle bus between campuses. Sometimes get McDonald's with him because there's a McDonald's near his school. Near my school, there isn't really much of anything. There's a campus in Mississauga also, which has a mall near it. The one that he goes to has a mall near it. The other one in the town that we live in has a mall near it. Mine does not have anything. It's essentially just placed down in a random suburb. And that's your college. And the town it's in isn't even very popular. But it's a major campus, apparently. I should learn how to drive. I'm 18 and I don't know how to drive. My parents are getting on me about it. Whatever. If I learn how to drive, then I'll be able to spend tons of money on insurance and gas and a car. Hooray. Anyway, I think I'm dragging this episode out a little bit. So, like if you liked, don't favorite because it's part of a series, and subscribe, and I will love you forever or something. Probably not, I'll forget about you and kill your family. See you next time.